Start your day with positive thoughts. Nothing could stop you from achieving your targets. A very good morning to all those people present today. Welcome to the fourth day of AICT sponsored online SCTP on Tableau, data visualization tool for researchers. First session of day 4 will be on data connection in Tableau. Now, I request Mrs. A. Divya to introduce our resource person.
I have the distinct pleasure of introducing our resource person, Mr. Sudharsan, to the gathering. He is working as a senior engineer, Oracle Fusion Middleware at L&T Infotech. He is an analytical techie with proficient knowledge in resource, finance, project analysis, and planning. He is also a design thinker to innovate the new prototype from legacy system and technologies. He is a certified analyst in business management and process management. He is passionate in statistical analytics and algorithm. He has received the Star Performer Award for his quick and flawless resolutions. Also, he has been recognized for his proactive innovation by L&T Infotech. Thank you so much for joining us today, sir. I would like to request our resource person, Mr. Sudharsan, take over the session. The floor is all yours, sir.
Thank you, ma'am. Good morning, guys. I'm happy to meet you all here in this session. So, let me share my screen now. Okay. So, whether every one of you able to see my screen now?
No, sir. Screen is not visible, sir.
1 minute, ma'am. Can you see the screen now?
Yes, sir, visible, sir, now.
Okay, ma'am. Thank you. Okay, so once again, good morning to all, and welcome to my session. And today we are going to look into Tableau, and we are going to cover 3 topics, like how to connect the data to, I mean, the best design practice, like which we need to adopt while creating a report, and then what is I mean, we are going to look into some basic details about this data, like what is the data actually, how we are going to connect with Tableau, and what are all the ways of our report, dashboard, those things and all. Into the topic, let me just give a small information about myself. Myself, Sudarshan, working in L&T Infotech since last 5 years, and I have worked in cross-domain technologies, like I have worked in both database and even in integration, where we'll be connecting with different types of data sources, and we'll be handling them in a way like how the client requires the data to be visible for them. I mean, we'll be getting the data from them, we'll be processing it, and then we'll be giving them back like how they want it to be. And apart from this, we have also worked in this IoT, Internet of Things, and then chatbot technologies. Even I do freelancing in Tableau dashboard designing and those things and all. But also I have worked as I mean, not work, it is something like comes out of my intuition. Like I have guided a few college students, I mean, engineering students in technical events, like a hackathon, something like that. Okay, fine. Now let us get into the content. Like these are the content which we are going to look into Tableau today. I mean, what is data and what is data analysis, how we are going to analyze the data, what are the principles behind that, and then what are the sources which can be connected with the Tableau, then how and all the data can be connected with Tableau, and what is what is the, what to say, like based on the roles, like say for example, I'm having Tableau, but I can't give access to each and every person who are working into that Tableau machine, I mean Tableau server. Like for a server, there should be a separate person, a dedicated person called as an administrator who need to look into the process, what's happening in the server. He or she needs to monitor the I mean to say like monitor the strength of the server, what is the health status of the server, those things and all. Like is there any threat that is causing any harm in the server, those things and all. It will be um, those things will be taken care by an administrator. Then comes like a creator. Creator is a person who is like creating the dashboards and those things. And explorer is a person who can just do edits. I mean, not entire form of update, only few restricted updates. Then comes the simple viewer. Those things are called roles. I mean, based on the roles, like how they can access the data, it differs. Like we'll be looking into that. Then comes the data preparation process, like how we are going to prepare the data so that how we are going to present it to the client or the target person to whom we are going to display the data. And then comes, we'll be looking into the small concepts of SQL joins, which is normal database concept. Okay. Fine. Let us start with the data analysis and data visualization. Okay, fine. We all know like data is the fuel for the next gen. Next gen in the sense like next generation. Like starting from each and every usage of single paisa from our pocket, and our health information and our traffic information, like where and our logistics in going since last 1 month. Each and everything in our day-to-day life has become a transparent thing for a person who is going to take care of that other card. Like each and every person's information are being gathered at one place. Though it is being carried at a single place, still they are distributed across the different servers. That is a different thing. But what I'm trying to say is like data is very, very important right now. The growth of data has become very large. Like it has become at unimaginable. Sorry for this. Excuse me. Sorry. Okay. So like this data has become food material, raw material, something like that for many upcoming technologies like artificial intelligence, deep learning, machine learning, human computer interaction. Say for example, just for the simple, according to us, it may be simple, but from the perspective of a developer, it is very, very important. Like just for making a robot to move from one place to another, also there is a plenty of coding, plenty of data the robot should analyze, and then it has to perform. Like that, the data has become very, very key. When it comes hype, yes, obviously now the data's accumulation has become exponential. Earlier it was linear, like data and storage improvement was less in 1980s. Then it has become a little bit improved in 1990s. Now it has become like after post, exponentially started to increase. And right now it is like very important for us to understand how to handle the data. For handling data, we need to understand what is the data. What is the nature of the data? Like what is the tenure of the data? Say for example, in some cases we might need to handle the data, which is like it may be a continuous data. Sometimes it may be a discrete data. Continuous data means like say for example, we need to for simple, like in global warming, they will be handling the data since maybe past 10 years, and they will be giving a report like within last 10 years how much the changes has happened in the climate. Those things that are is called continuous data. And some, on the other hand, we can see some discrete data. Discrete data is like seasonal data. Say for example, like how much sales has happened in this last 1 quarter, and what happened in the last, same quarters of 3 years. Say for example, from Jan to March every year, the last 5 years, 2015 Jan to March, 2016 Jan to March. Similarly, till 2020 Jan to March, how much sales has happened. These are all like periodical data. Periodical data in the sense like discrete data. We don't have continuous information about it, but still we do have data, but in a discrete way. And this is nothing but the nature of the data, nature and tenure, then sources of the data. We need to understand all those things, then only we can handle. Just getting the data from the users and pulling, I mean, doing some queries and those things and pushing the data, I mean, the report to the client is not a, it's not all about data analysis or data visualization. We need to understand the data, then only we can identify like which approach we can follow for this data, so that we can go ahead and we can implement those changes, I mean changes in the sense like those requirements. Okay, then while we need to understand like what are the different data analysis types, there are basically these are the four types. I mean, from the birth point of view, we do call it as a dimensional analysis, contextual analysis, physical analysis, and calculative analysis. Okay, what is the meaning for dimensional analysis? The examples I quoted here, like a manager from a logistics division of a company cross-check after the receipts payments made during every quarter. See, let me take as example of logistics division. I mean, a company where we do have a large number of I mean domains, cross domains, like logistics division, expense division, accounts division. Then comes a raw material procurement division. There are lots and lots. I mean, HR division. There are such similar to that. There are lots and lots of division. They will be having, in each and every divisions will be having their own data. Like will be creating a number of reports for each and every division. So like a manager from one department or one division can ask for his own details as a report. So it is like from his perspective we'll be creating a report. I mean, in that case we'll be analyzing the data from his perspective, I mean from his dimension. Say for example, what is all that he needs to know, like whether the receipts has been, payments are done on time, and what is the pending amount due, like what is the, whether the logistic goods have been reached the customers on time or not. Those things are he need to analyze. So we need to think from his dimension, and then we need to create a report. I mean, this is called dimension analysis. Then comes contextual analysis. Contextual analysis is nothing but like for a task oriented analysis. Say for example, like if a government is actually planning to do some, I mean, if there is any like a heavy traffic congestion in a city, like then government needs to analyze the data, so that they can try to create any alternate, I mean, objective, I mean, options for it. Say for example, like constructing a flyover, or constructing a subpass, or at least changing the traffic timing regulation, like between this time to this time heavy vehicles are not allowed inside the city limit. Similarly, like those kind of things they can do by analyzing the data. This is called contextual analysis, like analyzing the data with respect to a content. Content, I mean, with respect to a reason. Just nothing but contextual analysis. Then comes the physical analysis. The first one, like a dimensional analysis and contextual analysis, are non-technical. Like these data will be handled by non-technical people. Like from their own perspective, they will be handling these things. While physical analysis is nothing but handling the real-time data. This real-time data are actually expect to have some fluctuations, because sorry, these fluctuations are nothing but like handling the data from, I mean, fluctuations means like while we get any data, yes, the data is subject to have some variations in that. That variations could be like based on various factors. We might expect, maybe in case of like a share market and those things, we might expect in the month of every December the tourism sector are expected to improve a lot in terms of its growth or GDP or whatever it may be. But there could be many situations that might occur, like this, for example, is this COVID-19 situation, where the data flow, I mean, the GDP might come down, would have come down, like because of this undesirable situations. So these are like variations or fluctuations which has happened in the physical data. Um, like analyzing these kind of things is called a physical analysis. Then comes calculative analysis. I told, right, calculative analysis, I mean, in physical analysis, data are subjected to have fluctuations. like how we are going to manipulate those fluctuations. We can go for this moving average functionality and those things and all, like it will calculate, normalize the data. Say for example, in the first 2 months the growth might be enormous, the next 2 months the growth might be less. This could be seasonal impacts could be a reason for thing like that. Based on this information, we can predict like how it can be in the next quarter or something like that. This is called calculative analysis, and this will be mostly done by the statisticians and those people like who are totally involved into implementing or instrumenting the finance policies and those things and all. And it is actually totally mathematically enriched data. Enriched data in the sense like will be implementing all this possible statistical
Excuse me, sir.
stuff.
Hello, excuse me, sir. Your voice is breaking.
Then
Hello.
like what are all we can do with these data in Tableau? Like we can do things like in general we used to say it as a
Excuse me.
5W1H. 5W1H is nothing but what can be done with Tableau? What can
Excuse
we
me, sir.
done?
Sorry to
What
disturb
can be
you.
done with Tableau?
Hello.
Why we need to use Tableau? Where and all data Tableau can be used? When Tableau? Yes, ma'am.
Sir, your voice is
Yes,
breaking.
ma'am. Is it
Yes.
audible now, ma'am? Is it
Yes,
audible,
sir.
ma'am, now?
Audible only, sir, but voice is breaking. Sorry. In the middle, the voice is breaking. Sir, you're not audible.
Hello.
Hello.
Ma'am, is it audible now?
Yes, sir.
Okay, ma'am. Okay. Sorry for the network interruption. So, like I was telling about this 5W1H. Yes. So, like we can analyze like what are the capabilities of a Tableau. We can. What are the things that we can do with Tableau? Those things and all. And then need for visualization, like what is the actual need for visualization? Like we can also give the data in the form of tables, because earlier we were mostly using this Excel and ledger books and those things and all. Initially it came with the ledger books where auditors or local.
Sorry, your screen is not visible. I think you are not sure. Share the screen.
Is it okay now, ma'am?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay. So like earlier people were seeing the data in terms, were viewing the data in accounts book. Then came the Excel sheet. Then came some softwares, database concepts. Still, and visualization is a step ahead of all those things. Like it is easy to interpret. Say for example, instead of calculating instead of seeing all those data in terms of number, and then we can instead of doing all those things and understanding the data, just with the graph we can identify like what's happening in the data. It makes our task bit easier. Okay. So like now let us see on how to handle that data. Like before making any visualizations, like we need to understand what is the data and who we are going to represent the data. Those things are what we need to do. Like we need to understand the target domain, or people or the requirement, like who we are, I mean, to whom we are going to give the data, whom we are going to give the report. First, we need to be very clear on that. Maybe if the person is a non-technical person, then what he needs, what has happened, so like what he need to do. I mean, he'll be giving us a data. Based on that, we need to tell him like what has happened. So what he has to do, it is something kind of impact and action. I mean, what has happened is an impact. What he needs to do is an action. If that is what is required for a person, then we need to give information. We need to write. We need to give a dashboard according to him, like that. Then based on the requirement, if the person is very technical or more techie kind of guy, or techie in the sense like if he has more subject matter knowledge, then we need to give a different kind of report for him, like what are the parameters that are influencing his chart. We need to be more elaborative on that. Then comes the gather and analyze the data source nature, like as I told before, dates like it could be a raw data, it could be a process data, it could be a intermittent data, it could be a continuous data, uh, different types of data. It could be like it could be from different data sources. Say for example, one person might have the data in terms of Excel sheet, and one person might have data in terms of database source, and one person might have data in terms of cloud. How we are going to integrate all those data together, and how we are going to process that,
Sir,
and these are all like
sir, your voice is breaking again. Can you see?
understanding the nature of the data source. Then frame the timeline of data source which needs to be visualized. Yes,
Sudarshan, sir,
might be on the
your
might be
voice
there
is
since
breaking
maybe
again.
past 50 years or 60 years, but still he might be having data only like I mean, in that case we just need the data for 5 to 10 years, so that we need to. Yes, ma'am.
Hi, your voice is breaking again. That's why.
Hello.
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 It's audible, sir. Yes.
Hello. Is it audible now? Okay, ma'am. Okay. So ensuring flexibility in visualization. Like flexibility is nothing but say for example, if we need to enter, show the information about long-term periods, maybe like for 10 years, but congesting all those 10 years data within sorry, within a single dashboard, it's not an easy thing. So that we need to go for some filters. Based on that, the user might tune the values in the filters, and he can get visuality of each and every data and visualized chart, I mean content. Actually we used to call it as a granularity, like each and every granule is nothing but a small rice grain. Like we need to ensure each and every data is being imported into the chart. I mean to say, like each and every individual data is being taken care, so that no content should get missed out of this chart. Similarly, on the other hand, it should not also like over congest the data into the graph. I mean, we need to be more careful. Like we neither should congest. Okay, so like now let us look into different types of data connectivity. Then different types of data sources in which we can connect. Then those things are all let us do now. In, sorry. There are two types of data connectivity, like live in data and extract data. What is live in data? Live in data is like streaming data. As I told, like as an example, like traffic data. Traffic is a live in data, like 24/7. We can see some changes in the traffic data. If such kinds of data should be analyzed, then we need to go for live in data. And extract data is like we would have got some data after any sales has happened in any Diwali sales, like then it is the post sales analysis, like after sales has happened, we'll be getting the data and we'll be analyzing the data, which is nothing but extract data. We have got an extract of the data. So like this is a type of data connectivity, like let me see an example for this. Let me close this. Let me connect to a new data source. Before that, let me open this. So like this is a Python code which I have created for generating the data source. Like it will give information about the traffic details, or like what are the vehicles that has gone through whichever the state and whichever the respective street, city, those things and all. Like what type of vehicle is that, like BS4, BS5. So we need to calculate those. We can get those information. Okay, from this Excel file. So right now, how got it will generate me like 5,000 records. Okay. I'm connecting with this data. Let me run this first. So now it has got some 5,000 records in that. Let us check whether it has got 5,000 or not. See here, we have got 5,000 rows. Desktop. So like let us go here. Let me take a state. So vehicle type. Let me make it as count. Okay, fine. So so we can see the AP value is 758 now. Now let us run the program again. But here we are going to do some changes like I need a 10,000 rows of data. So let us see what's happening here. So now we have got a 10,000 rows. Let me check here. We have got 10,000 here, and let us do a refresh here. See, now it is refreshed. So like this is called live in data. Like we can refresh the data on the real stream. Okay, but in case if we get the data as extract, then we need to do it in that way. Okay, then actually this live in and extract data can be clearly visualized in a Tableau server. Like since I'm using Tableau, I think someone raised the hand now. Hello. Hello. Sasikala ma'am. Okay, fine. Let me continue. So, okay. Then actually this refresh can be done in terms of two types, like incremental refresh and another one is like full refresh. Incremental refresh is like whenever the data is going to be like just an updation, I mean not updation, like insertion, then we'll go for this incremental refresh. And for this full refresh we need to, I mean when we need to go for full refresh is like whenever the data is being updated a lot more than insertion. In that cases we need to go for this um, full refresh. This refreshes can be done at server level as well, because since we are going to get data from a remote database, like so we need to go for, we need to schedule those refreshes in server, like for during every particular period of time. And this refresh will refresh the visualized data chart. Okay, fine. Now let's go to data sources, like what are the different types of data in which we need to, which we can connect with the Tableau. Let us see an example, like a file database, I mean for each and everything, like file database and cloud. Okay, so you all have seen this example, like connecting with the connecting a file in Tableau. Like we can connect with any number of files, I mean any type of file, like a file, I mean major files like Excel, text, Access, Microsoft Access, and it's actually a partial database kind of thing. Then JSON file we can connect with the PDF. And those files and all we can connect with. The respective server, like we can connect with all the major database. So I mean databases like Oracle SQL, Microsoft SQL Server, then Python. I mean sorry, not Python, with MongoDB, then Cassandra, then PostgreSQL. We can connect with all those databases. Like, but well, for connecting with those databases, we need separate dedicated driver for that, because without those drivers, like we will not be able to integrate with those. I mean, we can't get collecting the data from the databases. We need to make a handshake with the database, and for that handshake, we need a driver. This driver is nothing but this driver is actually nothing but a third party software, not third, it could be third party software as well. But in this Tableau, like Tableau, they themselves have created those drivers, like for connecting with each and every data sources. I'll give you those. From where we can get those drivers to connect with the database. Like then for connecting with database, I'll show you like what are the different ways of connecting with the database. Let me give you an example of connecting with the cloud. Let us connect with the Google Sheet now. Hello. So now it has got connected. Like this will give you the list of files that are connected with through this Google Sheets. Let me test check this flight reservation scenario. I'm going to connect with this Google Sheet that is hosted in the cloud. Okay, fine. So it has given you all this information like let me close this. So like here you can see all the data that are available in this Excel sheet that has been this one from this Google Sheet. And for this, like you need to get permission from that respective Gmail account holder, and then you can access the data. Since this is one of the signed in account in my machine, I have used this account. Similarly, you can connect with any Gmail account and you can get the data from their drive. These are all like different kinds of connectivity. And if you're going to connect with other data sources like other cloud data sources like Dropbox, you can do. Like some people might be having the data in Dropbox so that they can access the data from Dropbox and they can perform some kind of analysis. And similarly, you can connect with leading clouds like Google Cloud, and then comes this Amazon Cloud. Then also you can connect with the AWS, those things and all you can do. And also like if you want to connect, if you want drivers like for each and every database, you can get drivers from this page. Once you connect, once you install this driver, then only you will be able to connect with this database. And some cases you might be like connecting to the database without any such kind of drivers. The reason is like that version of Tableau which you are using might be having this driver as a predefined or default one, so that you need not require the separate driver for that. But before checking, you need to cross check once, like whether you are able to connect with this database or not. If it is not able, if you are not able to connect with the database, then you need to check whether the driver is there or not. If the driver is not, if the driver is not there, in that case, then we need to go for this thing like we need to check whether the driver is available or not. Then if the driver is not available, then we need to download the driver from this data from this page, and we need to install it. We can get the drivers for all the leading databases. Like let us check whether I have database for Oracle Cloud. Oracle database. Yes, I do have. Let me check for PostgreSQL. Yes, I have. Then comes from MongoDB. Yes, I have. And this MongoDB is actually a different thing. Like it's additional information for you. Like currently, apart from structured database, we are going forward for this non-structured database. And this non-structured database is like we don't have a proper tabular format. But for visualizing content, we need everything to be in a tabular format. Then what can we do for that? In that case, like a more MongoDB, they themselves has come up with a concept called be a business intelligence connector. This business intelligence connector is like this will form the data and put them in a tabular form, which is like a kind of view which we are using in database. In database, we have actual table, and in order to perform some operations, we'll take them as a view, which is nothing but a temporary kind of storage. Similarly, MongoDB will also create a DB connector in the backend, and this backend will push the data to the Tableau. And for that, we do have this drivers. Similarly, we have for MySQL and those things and all. See here we have seen the driver from our Microsoft Excel, but without using this driver only, we can connect with our Microsoft Excel files, because our the version Tableau which we are using is by default having the driver for Microsoft Excel. So whenever you want to connect with any database or something like that, initially before downloading the driver or installing the driver, you just check whether the version which you're using is compatible with your database or not. If it is compatible, then you need not require to install the drivers. Else, then you need to go for this driver installation separately. Okay. Then comes the data accessibility with respect to roles. Like what are the different ways of connect? I mean, how and all the data accessibility restrictions can be imposed with respect to different users based upon the roles.
Sorry, again, your voice is
Before
breaking,
going
sir.
forward,
Sudarshan, sir.
is there anyone
Sorry for
having
interrupting.
any doubt in this?
Again, your voice is breaking, sir. Kindly check at your side, sir.
Hello.
Sir, your
Is there
voice is
anyone
breaking
having any
again.
doubt?
So that, so you're not audible now. Kindly check it, sir.
Hello.
Oh, sir, your voice is breaking again. Sudarshan, sir, are you there?
Hello.
Hello. Yes, sir. I can hear you.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible now.
Hello.
Yes, sir, you're audible now.
Hello. Okay, ma'am.
Okay, sir.
Okay.
So your
Fine.
voice is
That
breaking
is
again. Kindly check it, sir. You're audible, but your voice is breaking.
okay. Is there any doubt for anyone till now? anyone is having any doubt? Hello.
Yes, sir.
Okay. So I think now
No, sir. It's breaking again. I don't know. Just
hello.
yes, sir. You're audible.
Okay. So is there any doubt for anyone? How to convert live streaming data to Excel? Uh, I may know like what kind of data source you're going to give, like a live streaming data in the sense like there could be many different types of live streaming data. Like we even database might have live streaming data. In such cases, like what kind of data you're going to have? You all schedule you post. You will post first and second session. Okay, fine. Traffic data that you have demonstrated, this is what you're asking for, right? Like mostly this traffic data might be from two different sources, like it could be from database or it could be from API source. API source is nothing but REST data. This REST data can be like we can get those data and, through mostly they'll be getting this data through Node.js or something like that. Obviously, this data will be in some form of a JSON type, and this API will be stored into some databases because for future they'll be using that data in any databases, and this databases data will be connected from Tableau. I mean, Tableau can connect with those databases. So then, but after we get this REST data, there is no need for Excel data because I mean Excel data because Excel is not like a very advanced data source and all. Like if we have data source with respect to database itself, then we can go with database itself. I mean to say like to conclude for this question, like there is no need for converting the data to Excel because live streaming data is different and Excel data is different. So any other question?
Participants, do you have any other question?
Okay, so in our next session, let me describe about this mutual SSL way of connecting with the Tableau server and the Kerberos way of connecting with Tableau server. Those things are all, we'll see all those things.
Okay, so thank you, sir. That was a brilliant session. I would like to express our sincere thanks to Mr. Sudharsan for giving an excellent coverage on data connection in Tableau for researchers. Through this, we have learned how to handle the data visualization and data connectivity process are immensely useful in the field of business intelligence or in the field of data analytics. Thank you for imparting your knowledge to us, sir. Thank you.
Thank you.